Yep, that's me. Waking up past 3 p.m. once again. My parents probably think I'm a bum ass because my sleep schedule is completely fucked. But that's the norm in this lifestyle I'm trying to live. What's that lifestyle? An online content creator. Last summer, I was at my peak motivation. I had it all figured out. Every single day, I was eating right, exercising, editing a video, uploading for the next day, and then streaming for a minimum of 4 hours each night. And let me tell you, the grind paid off. I went from 0 viewers to averaging around 30 every single night. And when those numbers are green and going up with no end in sight, it's like a drug high. You just become fueled to put out more and more content. But when the numbers stop moving, no matter what you produce, motivation comes and goes like a feather in the wind. However, motivation is not the problem. I'm all too familiar with the mental side of content creation. I've seen plenty of YouTubers that I've watched break down, get canceled and whatnot, so I know what's up.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Personally, I consider myself a mentally strong person, and I have plenty of examples here of telling me exactly what not to do. There's always going to be highs and lows of motivation and viewership, but I think I'm pretty mentally prepared to face that. The real problem here is all this pressure of senior year. Well, not really the school part, God bless Terrence Ross, but the pressure of what comes next in life. You see, all I've ever wanted to do is become a content creator, and now I've finally reached that point in my life where I can really go for it. I have all the hardware I dreamed of having as a 12-year-old kid, and I still love gaming 10 years later from when the dream began. In fact, all I want to do right now is stream and make videos, but I have so many things dragging away my attention. First, there's a senior film, of course. I'm procrastinating enough as it is, but I needed to graduate. It's tough putting content aside for deadlines, but it's gotta get done, so. Second, I need a job this summer. I gotta start saving money to move out and pay off my student loans. I work at a golf course as a caddy, which makes really good money, but it's a miserable endeavor with snobby rich white dudes.
It's about 180 yards to the pin. He doesn't know what that means. He's hitting this one into the drink.
Not to mention, it's incredibly tiring, so when I get home, all I want to do is sleep instead of going live or editing. But in order to work, I need to get vaccinated. This stupid pandemic has been a blessing and a curse for me. It got me out of work last summer, but now it's stopped me from making the cash I need to get out of this town. Recently, they just opened up appointments to people my age. But I have to schedule and make it to those appointments or else my plan gets all messed up. Speaking of this plan, my friends and I are going to work our asses off this summer to save money so we can afford to move out. The place we decided on is Texas. Austin is a growing city for content creators. And not to mention the warmer weather would suit me better than the fucking New York cold. Look, now I know what you're thinking. Like, why is he planning so far ahead? Well, honestly, it's because it's my safe space mentally.
Yo. You're right, I gotta stop dreaming ahead all the time. It's nice to have a plan, but the only way I'm gonna get there is by shutting up and putting in the work. And besides, my friends also have their own shit to deal with before we move out of here.
Take Kevin, for instance. Kevin and I have known each other since elementary school. Although we haven't always been the closest of friends throughout school, we always bonded over gaming and content creation. We met again in an online call when gaming and started hanging out last year. And now, he's one of my closest friends. Kevin is currently a psychology major. In his parents' minds, Kevin will get his bachelor's and move on to grad school to get master's in psychology. Kevin, however, has withdrawn from the semester of college and is making so much good content for his Twitch and YouTube channels. The problem is he hasn't told his parents this information, and Kevin's parents are very strict. Kevin seems to think everything is going to turn out okay, but it's a sticky situation he's in. Kevin has zero interest in doing 3 more years of school, but he knows a 4-year psychology degree is useless. If his parents find out that he's essentially aiming to drop out of college in his senior year, they might be furious with him and kick him out of the house. Now, I don't blame Kevin at all, to be honest. It's his life and he should choose what he wants to do. I don't know what he's planning on doing, but all I know is he better find a job this summer and make some money, so that if he does get kicked out of his house, he'll be ready to make the move financially to Texas with us. Then there's Armo. Kevin introduced me to Armo when a game called Valorant was released a year ago.
Okay.
Kevin and Armo were friends throughout high school, but I had never spoken to him in school. Armo and I have been gaming non-stop in the last year, and nowadays Armo is very involved in my stream. When he's not working, we're gaming all the time still. He's also probably in the best situation financially out of the 3 of us. He's found a job he really likes, building PCs. He says it doesn't even feel like work to him, it's just fun. The stress in Armo's life happens at home for him though. He lives alone with just his dad, who's retired because of an injury, meaning Armo has to do most of the chores at home, which can be stressful for him. Although we never spoke to each other throughout the entirety of high school, I'd still consider Armo to be one of the best friends I've ever had, and I'm hyped that he's coming to move out to Texas with me and Kevin. Alright, we gotta talk about our situation here.
Because I'm trying to move out as soon as possible, but we need some money before we go. That means I need the two of you to get jobs before we go so you can start saving. You guys still want to move out with me, right?
Yeah, the fuck. I'd literally be down to leave right now, but we can't because we're broke.
Facts, but like two things. One, when do we plan on moving? And two, like how much do we need to like save realistically?
I don't fucking know, like a couple thousand? Enough to lean on. We need as much as possible so that by the fall we're looking at places, we're flying out to Texas, we're trying to find some place to rent, and by 2022 we're out of here.
Is that good with you?
Yeah, I'm down.
Alright, word.
I've been a drifter my whole life before this. Going with the flow between different aspects of life, because I never had to decide for myself what comes next. We're always going to have our own problems to deal with. I mean, this is the most stressful time of our lives right now. It's a crossroads into adulthood where, from here on out, nothing is planned for us. We get to map out our own futures. For the first time in my life, I'm going to choose what I want to do, even if it involves taking risks. And the best part is, I got real friends who will have my back along the way.
On a cool mountaintop with a bad bitch, and she calls so I get a bitch a jacket. Took it to the car, heat it up, then I beat it like a savage. We get tacos, yeah bitch, sure got drunk, ate dick, call it margarita magic. I'm about to blow a gasket, can't contain me like I run around with a hatchet. I'ma start a fire like a pocket full of matches. Happens when I wanna live so lavish. Lately I feel like I'm a collectible, Fucking these bitches and they delectable. Smoking to get, but I gotta let it go.